It is the morning after. It's New Rock 104.1. Good morning. This is Skippy. Drew joining me in the studio. Hello.
Yo, what up? What up?
All right, Drew. So you're fanboying out a little bit. Because you're here for the interview that we have lined up.
I know. I'm like nervous. Look at my hand.
That's not just from caffeine and vaping.
Well, yeah, that too. That's a thing.
All right. So joining us on the phone, we have John McCrea of Cake. Hello.
Hello.
We're just going to walk all over one another this morning. That's going to be my fault. But Drew's sitting here beaming. First of all, thank you for calling us up on a Monday morning. I know rock stars live slightly different hours than we do.
No, it's wrong. Unless we have a late show, we get up early too.
Okay. So, hey, I have a question on that note. Have you overslept ever and missed a show?
Why do you bring that up?
Well, we don't usually have early morning shows. We have had some radio shows very early, and no, I haven't yet. I'm sure it could happen.
She's just bringing that up to make fun of me because I accidentally overslept last week.
The whole show, John.
No, whatever.
When people oversleep, it usually is accidental.
It was. I wasn't intentionally doing that on purpose at all. And can I fanboy out just a little bit here, John, please? I played Fashion Nugget, the whole album, on repeat, like every day during my junior high years. So I'm like very, very excited to talk to you.
Well, I apologize to your friends and family.
I used to sing it in my geography class all the time, like songs all the time. Your cover of I Will Survive is the single reason why I sing it whenever I do karaoke, every single time I do it.
Well, it's a very life-affirming song.
It is. All right, I put in my 2 cents.
Okay.
I got to say what I needed to.
So, actually, I remember going to buy that soundtrack. It was American Werewolf in London. Was that what that was from? Yeah, I think it was on a soundtrack. And I was in Nashville or something. I was like, I have to go to the warehouse.
Warehouse music.
Anyway, so John's on the phone. John, you're doing the rock star thing, but you're also kind of jazzed about this whole, voting because you're an American citizen, right?
Yeah, I think that all kinds of things can go wrong when people don't pay attention. Obviously, I think the United States likes to think of itself as exceptional, and in many ways we are. But nobody's immune to things going horribly wrong. So I think a lot of people are waking up to that.
I think that's a very safe assumption. And we have you joining us today because it was just a random thing I saw on social media. And then I told my boss about it. I said, dude, Cake's coming to the Crest Theater. What is going on? But you guys have made it a personal kind of purpose or message to get out and get people to vote like hell.
Yeah. I think that we deserve good leadership, and we can't do that unless everybody pays attention and participates. So we're inviting everybody. We're sort of from the Central Valley. We come from a slightly different part of the Central Valley, but we care about the Central Valley and would like to see good things happen there. So let's all vote is what we're saying.
Yeah. So do you remember, did you vote as soon as you turned 18?
Yeah, I did. I think I did. It's so long ago. I'm pretty sure I did.
And have you made it something that I'm guessing because I looked at your tour dates, first of all, and it's like Fresno, Crest Theater, November 2nd, vote like hell. And then you're back on the road in January. So this really is kind of a one-off special opportunity.
Yeah. Just, trying to do our part, just like everybody should do their part.
I've noticed a growing trend, especially in social media with some of the younger generation. I don't want to label everyone as millennials or anything like that, but some of the younger generation have been conditioned to make the assumption that their vote does not count. You hear that a lot with some of these younger individuals saying that their vote doesn't count. Why vote? It's a joke. You hear this a lot, and it does definitely matter a lot. I think the current political landscape, whichever way you go, has made people pay more attention to a lot of the in-between votes and a lot of things that wouldn't get attention before. And I think it's important to spread that message that your vote always counts, no matter what you think.
Yeah. I mean, they have a point that to a certain degree, a lot of times your vote doesn't count as much as you'd like it to. But but your vote, just because something doesn't count as much as it should, doesn't mean it doesn't count at all. That's an important distinction. In other words, people wouldn't be trying to suppress the vote in Florida and Texas and Indiana and all these states if voting really didn't matter. It matters. It matters a lot, and people are spending millions of dollars trying to get people not to vote and trying to get people to think that their vote doesn't matter. So, it's actually sort of an emergency situation. People need to throw that idea away that just because, yes, things are not completely clean sometimes, things are not completely free of corruption. Sometimes you vote for somebody and they do something you didn't want them to do, but this is the closest thing to power that we have, and it still works, sort of. And for me, that's enough.
And I want to point out, too, I was having this conversation with somebody, and they said they don't really know enough about it to vote. And I challenged them on that of then asking, looking, researching. It's not that hard to look around, because when you decide not to vote, when you decide to err on the side of inaction, you are very much taking a stance on things. And so, John, I just wanted to say thank you for, one, coming to Fresno, because I've never seen Cake live, but I'm super excited.
I saw him when they came into the Selland Arena Tragic Kingdom tour. Boom!
Yeah.
Boom!
So we're super excited about that, but also we love that you're using your platform for something, because Drew and I, whether we're talking about mental health, recovery, LGBT rights, things like that, we like to have fun in the morning. We like to have a good time, but we also like to not waste this thing we have called airtime, and we appreciate you joining us this morning and the generosity of your band for giving us tickets to give away.
Well, we appreciate that you care about some of these issues. That's really unusual for morning radio.
Well, guess what? We don't have bells and whistles.
Yeah.
We don't call ourselves the zoo.
We don't have like a ooga. Ooga! We don't have one of those or anything.
And they had this.
That's a pleasant surprise for me this morning.
Well, John, you know what they also did was they gave a female a radio show about, I'm going on 8 years now, and in loudmouth, and they haven't fired me yet.
Hashtag warm then.
Well, let's hope that your luck continues.
All right. Thank you so much. We'll see you here on the 2nd, and listen all week long and next week to win tickets to check out Cake. Vote like hell. It is New Rock 104.1.